Hi, I'm Ross from Airsoft, and today we will be taking a look at the Elite Force MP5 Eyetrace series. So these are two different things that we have seen on the market that are kind of being combined here today. So the Elite Force MP5s, they are good quality replicas and that match the HK licensing and have this really unique style and a lot of different options that they provide. And then they have combined this MP5 classic style that Elite Force has with their new Eyetrace system, which we did take a look at in their previous M4s. It is a hop-up unit that lights up inside your mag well, allowing you to trace the BBs internally before they even leave the barrel. So then you have any sort of attachments you would like to do to the ends of them, free and up to you, no need for a tracer on there. So it is a really cool design and feature. And I'm just going to be touching on these three Eyetrace models I have in front of me real quick, kind of going over the ins and outs of what I see on them and giving you guys kind of a rundown of what you can expect out of the box. So just to begin, I have the MP5K right here, I have the MP5 Gen 2 here, and then the MP5 SD6 on the end here. And the main difference between these three models is going to be your externals. The battery placement is very different in each replica, so I'll go over that in a little bit. But at the end of the day, they're all going to be relatively the same gearbox, just with that Eyetrace installed and the different externals that you can get. So to begin on the MP5K here, we have a very small profile. It is a metal and polymer mix, so the upper is metal and the lower is polymer, so it has a nice heavy feel in your hands. Looking into our mock bolt here, we can see where the hop-up is, and that is going to be where all of your adjustments are made. And then the MP5 Gen 2 has a straight back pull bolt release, which reveals your hop-up on the side here, as well as the SD6, which has a traditional MP5 bolt release, and that also reveals the hop-up there as well. We have these fixed MP5 style sights that are on all three of the replicas. And then on our MP5K and the Gen 2 versions, we have 14mm reverse threads with the MP5 suppressor style barrel nut so that you can lock on those style of mock suppressors as well. And then they all have ambidextrous selector switches as well. And with the MP5K here, it's kind of what you see is what you get. It is a very small and compact replica, perfect for a CQB or indoor style field. Now on the Gen 2 here, we have this updated M-LOK handguard as well as a top Picatinny rail. Same as on the SD6 version, we have that top Picatinny rail as well. On the Gen 2 version, we have the full style stock here, and on the SD6 version, we have a collapsible stock. However, it does come with the full stock in the box as well. So you can switch out whether you have the full stock or the collapsible on your SD6. The SD6 also has the integrated suppressor here for that nice clean tubular look up front. And then, as I said before, these are fully licensed and trademarked by H&K, so we have all of the nice trademarking on them, so they look very official. And that is kind of the brief overview of the externals we're getting here. As I said, what you see is what you get. They are nicely constructed with metal and polymer, but at the end of the day, you're really just getting the different models externally with these replicas here. Now I'll talk about the internals of these replicas. We are working with a V2 style gearbox, so it is a pretty easy platform to work and maintain on if you want to upgrade it down the line, add an HPA engine or anything of that sort. The gearboxes are built with a quick change spring system, which makes it easy to swap out your springs whether you're doing CQB or outdoor. They have a smart LED MOSFET and then that Eyetrace technology. So that Eyetrace is going to light up your mag well, and any magazine you put in there with tracer BBs are going to be lit prior to being shot through your replica. Now last but not least is the battery placement. These replicas do come wired to Deans, and they recommend a 9.6 or 11.1 LiPo. Now, the MP5K, you would need a stick battery. It is going to be fed through the back of the replica when you take the buttstock off, and then wired in and actually plugged in up front where the handguard comes off. So it's a bit of a tight fit in the MP5K, but that is what you're getting with the size. The Gen 2 here has your battery in the buttstock. So with the removal of the rubber buttstock here, you can fit a battery inside this A5 stock. You have plenty of room to do that there. And then on the SD6, you have your battery up in this front tubular handguard here, and you have plenty of room for any battery you would like to fit. So to get into some quick pros and cons for the MP5s by Elite Force. The bodies are amazing. They feel very nice in the hands. They are made of this good construction metal. The replicas are exactly what you would expect out of an MP5. If that is what you want, that is what you're going to get. And these do not disappoint. The full trademarks are a very nice detail, and overall the build quality is there. Now, my downside mainly is going to be with the Eyetrace system. Having used the Eyetrace system before, I do know that sometimes it has a bit of trouble keeping up with a higher rate of fire. These guys stock out of the box aren't going to have the highest rate of fire ever, as they are just a stock Elite Force gearbox, but with some upgrades internally, and if you keep that Eyetrace system in there, it might have a hard time keeping up with those BBs. So that is just something to keep in mind with the Eyetraces, is that as far as a tracer unit goes, it is sufficient, but it is not going to be the end-all be-all best tracer unit for your replica. A lot of times, ones that go on the end of a barrel usually have a better chance of reading every BB leaving through them, so that is just something to keep in mind when you are thinking about tracer units on your replica. And then I got a chance to run these guys on the field, so you guys can check that out right now. Tommy, good shot, good shot. Oh, my bad. Well, not really. I mean, I hit you. Shit on me. And that just about does it for my Umarex Elite Force MP5 Eyetrace review. It's more so an overview of what's going on internally with these guys and kind of the different models of them. I'm very pleased to see kind of what they've been applying their Eyetrace technology to, and seeing some of these other replicas that aren't just M4s come out with it. Make sure you like and subscribe. It helps us keep making content like this for you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one.